So today I'm going to be doing another mini rant video about a sentiment that I've been seeing floating around the Roblox tower defense community, because for some reason, like a spaceship next to a black hole, I am slowly being consumed by the darkness that is the TDS community. I promise I won't turn into like one of those channels, but we'll see. Alright, anyways, I was just kind of wanted to talk about like the fact that people keep saying that TDX is Tower Defense X, is like dead or whatever, and that it's like dying or that it's falling off or they're questioning its future. And I just want to talk about why this is literally like the stupidest thing ever, and how the Roblox community just straight up does not understand video games and like how they work and how release cycles work, and really just kind of poking fun at them as I like to do. I like making fun of the Roblox tower defense, especially the TDS community. I love making fun of them. Well, we'll get to that in a moment. I think it's going to be pretty interesting discussion today, because like just everywhere in my feed, whenever I'm looking up like TDX stuff, like this is just all I'm seeing. So we'll get into that in a moment, but first I have a bit of an announcement to make. Do you like good tower defense games? Of course you do. That's why you clicked on a video about TDX. But what if I told you there's actually a really awesome and unique TD game that is really not getting the attention it deserves? Well, that game would be called Mushroom Defenders, a Roblox TD game that is honestly pretty amazing. Yes, this is sponsored, of course, but while at first I was only playing it for that, I came to genuinely appreciate and love the format of this game. Like all TD games on Roblox, there's multiple difficulties and many different maps to explore. But unlike other games, the towers in this are themed after mythical creatures and animals, and the starter tower is actually one of the best towers in the game. This game also has spells, offensive abilities that players can deploy on enemies to help their troops in battle. Combine this with the unique art style, non-grindy gameplay, and possibly lore, more on that another day, and we've got a game here that I think many are missing out on. So go to the pinned comment down below and play the game for yourself. Anyways, with that interruption out of the way, let's actually get back to the topic at hand. I think this was mainly spurred on by Elite's video on it, but there's been plenty of others who've been making similar videos like this about how TDX is dying or it's dead or it's fallen off and stuff like that. And I genuinely just cannot understand how people can come to that conclusion. Because for starters, like, I just don't think the TDS community and people making videos like this understand how video games work. So one of their big points is like, oh, well, TDS had, I keep saying TDS, Tower Defense X, I have to say it like that. People were saying that Tower Defense X, it had like so many players on release. I think it peaked at like 100,000 or 50,000 or 75,000. It was a lot of players, whatever the number was. It was beating TDS for quite a long time. And that's, well, I was like, no duh, it's a new game that has been really highly anticipated, and John has done an excellent job marketing it to his audience of people who were at the time kind of sick and tired of TDS. So obviously they were hopping onto his game. He had his own audience that he was building, and 100% TDX, it was doing super well because literally everyone was playing it. This like popular YouTuber makes a actually really good game, and yeah. And I really want to, I guess a little side tangent I want to go on. I think people have this idea that I now hate TDX because I made that one video complaining about the Tower Battle skins costing Robux. And I just want to say that I still stand by that was a really stupid decision, and I think that it was very misleading marketing to say, oh, well, we're going to have these skins, and then he never said that we're going to be paid, and then suddenly they're just paid. And he didn't say anything about it, even when they released, he didn't say that. He kind of just left it as like a little jump scare, like, boom, Robux. But you know what? They're just skins. At the end of the day, they're just skins. They're not, like, affecting the game. It's not like he put actual towers behind a paywall. Well, Warship is arguably behind a paywall, but Warship is, like, ridiculously overpowered, and not everyone's at that level yet. So you know what? I don't care about Warship either. And you know what? I bought the DJ skin. I still spent money on that DJ skin because it's actually like a really high-quality skin, especially compared to the others in the pack. But that's an entirely different argument. We're talking about why TDX is actually not dead and why people who are saying that it is are stupid. So their argument is like, oh, well, it had so many different players on release, and now its player count has dropped. And I just don't know how you could literally see that and then claim that a game is dead, when literally that is just how releases work. When you have a popular game that's highly marketed, everyone's gonna go try it and check it out, and then after a few weeks it's naturally gonna fall off. Like, I don't understand how they can look at that and say, oh, it's dying, And then when TDS has its back-to-back events, you can literally just look at Google Trends, look at that Roblox like graph thing that shows the concurrent player count. You can literally see the ebbs and flows and dips of when TDS has an event versus when it does not have an event. Are you going to claim that TDS is dead because their event got unreleased and then their player count dropped by like 75%? No, because the player count's just stabilizing off. Not everyone is no-lifing playing the game at the same time. Like, I don't know how you can say a game is dead based on that. Another thing that people, namely Elite, but this is not like an Elite criticism. I don't want to, because I like Elite too, but I guess I don't know if he came up with the arguments himself or if, like, it's just things that he's been seeing, but I'm still going to criticize them because they're really stupid. Another thing that I've been seeing is them saying that the game, like, it doesn't have content, and that's why people are leaving. I mean, yeah, that's kind of obvious. It's kind of like a beta. Like, I think John has more than been clear that the game is in beta and there's going to be a lot more things to do. It's an incomplete game. It's a alpha game. It's not complete. It is not finished. A lot of things aren't polished yet, and obviously there's not as much replayability because there's not as much stuff to get. So naturally, people are going to fall off the game. Like, I don't know why it's treated like this, like, super, like, crazy argument. Like, oh, this is why. Like, that's kind of just common sense. Another argument that I've been seeing that I think is absolutely ridiculous is the fact that people also are saying that, like, oh, well, the two-path upgrade system is complicated. How? How is a two-path upgrade system complicated? How? Like, maybe to the actual fetuses that play Skibidi Toilet Tower Defense, maybe that's, like, too much for their tiny pea brains to handle. But how is a two-path upgrade system complicated? Like, that's not even an argument about the game being, like, complex. How? Literally how? It is, you press the button, it tells you, no, okay. Well, you don't press the button. You hover over the upgrade, it tells you what it does, you choose it. Once you reach the impasse, you either choose a top or a bottom, and it gets locked. There's nothing complicated about it. It's not like this mind-melting, like, thing that people can't comprehend. It's just a core gameplay mechanic that even a lobotomite could understand. Another thing that I guess people would say is, well, the range system's weird. In my opinion, the range system makes, like, total sense. Like, there's not, except for the cow annoyance map, there is no map where that actively tries and messes with your vision in a way that would, like, make the game significantly harder or significantly easier. Like, yes, there's, like, the dead zone spots, but most of the time it's for places that you wouldn't really be able to shoot anyways. And, yeah, like, or you can just put a tower on high ground and completely negate the effect. Like, I don't understand why people are, like, suddenly, like, oh, it's so complicated. I just can't handle this. I don't know, maybe people like their boring, stupid, vanilla TDS gameplay and don't want anything unique or special. Maybe, I don't know. Like, I guess another thing would be the towers killing. Obviously TDX isn't the first game to do this. I mean, World Tower Defense and Universal Guardians did for Universal Guardians, so that game's dead. They both kind of did the same thing. But I feel like in TDS it's a way more friendly because your towers are just kind of dead and you just replace them. Like, and it's not really too much of a big deal when they die, and they have a lot of health when you get them higher up anyways. Also, the game actively encourages you to place fodder and gives you money to place fodder, because most of the fodder towers are cheap. So, like, it's not, like, that big of a deal anyways. Like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand how the game could be too complicated. Like, how is that an argument in that for people leaving the game? That just sounds so dumb to me. It's just so dumb. So dumb. Like, I get it. Roblox games, Roblox kids are, like, stupid, but they're not, they cannot be that stupid. They cannot be. I refuse to believe that they are that stupid. And then, I guess that was all the arguments, really, but, like, I really just don't know what to say, or really how to end this off, but, like, TDX is not dead. TDX is not a dead game. It is a growing game. It is a game that came out 2.5 months ago that it had a hype phase, and now it's died down to its regular, like, phase. Like, it's not a dead game, especially, not only not a dead game because John is actively working on the game, like, But you have to keep in mind, Roblox YouTubers don't exactly have the best track record with Roblox games being made, because they always die. Looking at you, freaking Crickcraft, not caring about your game for like half a year, but whatever. Yeah, that's kind of about it.